So have you been waiting for a sign that it's true that we are all one, that we are God, that we are the universe, that we're source, before you go out and start actually taking action on your inner guidance, or before you start taking the time to connect with your inner self for 15, 20 minutes a day? Are you waiting for the heavens to open up and sing hallelujah to you? If you've been waiting for those things, I want you to stop right now and watch this video. So my name's Erin Werley. I'm the best-selling author of One Truth, One Law, I Am, I Create. I channel God and I teach you how to do the same thing, because at our core, we are all one. So I have a beautiful private coaching client, an ascension coaching client, that asked me, I think it was on our last call together, she asked me, Erin, did you ever get one big sign that told you that this was all real? Because she really wants to share with her young daughters the truth that she is learning about oneness, creation, manifestation. But I think that she might be a little bit worried, maybe a few percentage of her wonder if she's wrong. Maybe she might be a little bit crazy and she doesn't want to give them the wrong advice, give them something that's going to lead them to not being happy. And so I said to her, well, how many signs in our time together have we talked about you receiving? Okay, because, for example, I had sent her a package and she received it at 11:11 a.m. Okay, now this was a big indication to her that it was just meant to be, right? That the universe was in alignment. Her choice to work with me was incredibly aligned, and she knew it in that now. When the sign came to her, she felt it in her heart. She knew it. But like so many things, even though we feel it instantly in that now, when we're no longer in that now, doubt can start to creep in. And that's what happened to her. And it happens to all of us. Okay, I'm not immune from it either. It's just I have so much knowing built up from 10 years of conversations with I Am, and now from going out and actually taking action on my guidance and seeing that it continuously doesn't blow up in my face. Instead, it works and unfolds in beautiful ways that I never could have imagined from my limited human perspective. So I have that knowing that whenever a doubt does creep in, I'm able to draw on that knowing and just immediately silence the doubt, or within an hour or two. It doesn't stick around long for me anymore. Whereas in the past, those doubts might just assault me for days, weeks, months, and certainly years. So when you start taking action on that inner guidance and seeing how it really is going to back you up and support you, those doubts really, you're just able to talk to them kindly with love and say, I love you, but this is your persona, I love you, and everything's going to be okay. You don't have to worry anymore. So that's how I talk to my persona, and that's certainly how I teach others to talk to your doubting and fearful persona. But anyway, so what I told her to do was to get a notebook, write on it creations, manifestations, whatever felt good to her. And for each time you receive a sign where you just know when you get it that this is just a sign you're in alignment and everything's flowing for you, write it down in this notebook. Write down the date and then write down a line or two about it. Now, when I do this personally, I don't really need to do it anymore, but in the past when I've done it, um, I I would sometimes put five things down in a single day. When you start looking for these things to write them down, they're just going to start bombarding you. I am not kidding. It is real. Did allude to this a little bit in the book of writing down your creations, because otherwise, your manifestations that you're creating with your thoughts, because otherwise they are just going to look like coincidences to you. And your doubts, your fears, your persona is going to start saying, well, that was just a coincidence that it arrived at 11:11. That doesn't mean anything. And so it's just so, so, so important to write them down so that when those doubts do come in, you have that notebook to open up and look at. And when you look at all these things, if you do it for a month, you're probably going to have a few hundred things, and so you can look at it and say to your doubts, well, you must be wrong, because look at all these things that have shown up in my life to show me who I really am, to show me my truth, that I am God, that I am source, and my thoughts are creating. So I said to this beautiful woman, stop looking for signs that this is all real. Stop. Because, and this is just, it's so important. I really want you to take a moment and let this soak in. If you ask for the ultimate sign, the heavens parting and the angels coming down and singing to you where you can visually see them, you will get a big sign, and you will feel it in your heart, and you will know in that moment, that this is all real, that you really are God, you really are one, and you really are connected. But the next day, a week later, those doubts are going to come in, and you're going to say, maybe this isn't all real and I'm just a crazy person. There is no sign big enough that will blot out all doubt forever. Not while you are here in your physical body. You can build up your knowing using things like writing down the signs that come to you. I've had an experience. I had it, I think it was in 2012, 2013. It was a few years after I originally began communicating with I Am. And there's a YouTube video from a long time ago, like a year ago, where I talk about it in detail. But I had an experience of oneness where my persona was completely gone and I was simply I Am in a physical body, operating in the physical world. It was beautiful. It was glorious. And in the moment, I mean, it was everything. And other people have told me after watching the video, they've heard of people having an experience like this. I haven't heard anyone else describe the same experience. But anyway, I'm sure that there are others that have. But I had it because I needed it to advance me on my life path. And so that's why I had it. I was told that's why I had it. And we all have different life paths. So not everyone's going to have that same experience. You get what you need to help bring you home to where you're supposed to be going. And I haven't had that exact same experience again, and I'm not looking for it. That experience taught me that I am going to be God fully without a persona when I die. While I'm here on earth, I am here to be human and help aid in the ascension of humanity. And so if you keep looking for a sign, you're going to keep doubting. Instead, create with your thoughts that you have a notebook full of signs that builds your knowing. You have knowing that you are God. And then move on and start taking action on your guidance. Because most of us don't want to take action on our inner guidance until we know for sure. Consider this your sign. It's real. You're not crazy. When you take action on your guidance, you will be supported. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.